I've been playing RuneScape for something like the last 20 years. It's always been something I like to do to unwind, relax, or just kill some time. But now, I'm looking for a challenge. So come with me while we leave the mainland behind and set up shop on the continent of Zeah. Hey, there's 45 Hunter. We are one level away from being able to enter the hunting guild. That'll give us access to more of the Quetzal transportation spots, meaning we'll be able to travel around the Varlamore region a lot easier, because right now it's not that great to get around Varlamore because I don't have the Civitas teleport yet. I don't have access to any of the fairy rings around the place or anything like that, so it's kind of just me running around. It takes a while. The Hunters Guild may not seem all that important, but it'll give us access to a few things. Most important of which are the Hunter's Rumors, which are essentially Slayer tasks, but for the Hunter skill. You're given a specific creature to hunt, and a specific part of that monster to bring back. That part is a rare drop that you obtain while hunting the creature, and once you've completed the contract, you're given a reward. The value of the reward is mostly based off of the level of Hunter contract that you were completing, which is based off of your Hunter level. For the most part, we're looking for a few things. Quetzal feed, so that we can construct more Quetzal landing sites and expand our transportation around Varlamore. The Quetzal whistle, which will give us a free teleport to the entrance of the Hunters Guild right next to the Quetzal there. And eventually, the Guild Hunter outfit, which will provide a boost to the catch rate for Hunter monsters, as well as a few other more minor benefits. All in all, the Hunters Guild is a very good thing to have unlocked, and I'm very excited to have it. Gaining access to the Hunters Guild wasn't the only reason I needed 46 Hunter, though. The Eagle's Peak quest on the mainland, which, if you remember, is a prerequisite to the At First Light quest here in Varlamore, also requires 46 Hunter. So we're almost ready to make one of our final trips to the mainland to complete that quest. We'll just need a few more Herbler levels, and we should be good to go. Found nothing inside my mystery box. I didn't even know that could happen. Well, that's an absolute scam. Anyway, it is time for the moment of truth. Can we get a Hunter rumor that we can do on this continent? Yes, how can I help you on that front? Do you have any new ones for me? I've heard rumors of a strange sapphire glacial that you could check out for me. Bring back one of its wings. Okay, so sapphire glacials, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, sapphire glacials, right there. Okay, so I guess we just go catch some butterflies. Things should be around here somewhere. I'm guessing I'm gonna need my net. Is that these? Yes, it is. Oh, I can left click those maybe? Yeah. Nice. Okay, so I guess we just do this until we find something crazy. While we let this riveting experience play out in the background, let's talk about Hunter rumors for just a little bit. Altogether, there are 28 creatures that could be assigned on a rumor. Of these, only 14 are located on the continent of Zeah. So we're looking at a true coin flip every time we get a new task. Eventually, we'll be able to unlock more guild hunters to get new tasks from, but those are pretty spaced out in level, so it's gonna be a while before we get to any of those. In order for us to get our basic Quetzal whistle, we'll need to complete 10 rumors. So for the moment, I'm really hoping we can at least get to that, because like I said before, that teleport to the guild entrance will be phenomenal for being able to get around Varlamore as quick as possible. I was just skimming the wiki for rumors while I was doing this. Apparently, it is a 1 in 75 chance for me to get the item I need from these guys from just regular hunting. But there is a bit of a pity protection built in where if I don't have it by 1 in 150, I believe it will automatically just give it to me. And as you can see at this moment, I'm at 38 of these things caught. So we could be here for a minute. Oh, just like that. Almost right at drop rate. 1 in 75 is the drop rate. We got it on 74. Back to the Hunters Guild, please. Let's see what spectacular reward we get. I'm sure it'll be amazing for a novice one, right? Totally. 2200 Hunter XP. That's not bad. Another one done. You're really doing a lot for the guild. Yeah, definitely. This is definitely not our first time talking to you. Are you up for another? Sure, why not? A barb-tailed cabbit. Oh no. Well, that didn't take long, did it? I'm pretty sure that is only available in the Feldip Hills Hunter area. Let me just double check here on the wiki real quick. Yep, only available in the Feldip Hunter area. Bring back some of its fur. I will not be doing that. Can I cancel my current one? Unfortunately, there's currently no way to skip or cancel a hunter rumor. The only workaround at the moment would require obtaining another rumor from a higher level hunter, and then completing that task instead. Once that task is complete, both of your hunters would be reset, and you'd be able to ask for a new task from either one of them. However, if all available hunters give us tasks that we can't complete, then we're essentially soft locked and we just won't be able to do hunter rumors. In our case, the next rumor level won't be available for us until we hit hunter level 57. So until then, we'll just have to train traditionally and cross our fingers that when we get there, we don't get a second task that we can't complete. In the meantime, I guess I'll go ahead and just open this hunter's loot sack and see what we get. 2 Quetzal feeds, plus bone shards, those will be nice. But the main thing we actually want is the Quetzal feed, because you have to have quite a bit of that to be able to set up the landing spots for the Quetzals to be able to teleport around. All right, well, I think it's time. We need to head to the mainland to do one of our last couple exceptions. Excuse me, madam. Yeah, thanks. We have to go to the mainland to do one of our last 2 real exceptions for this account. It's time for us to do the Eagle's Peak quest. So with that, I guess it is time to break the sanctity of the account for almost the last time. Let's use the home telly and get ourselves to Lumbridge. You might be wondering why we're going to Lumbridge instead of the Eagle's Peak area. Well, I need a swamp tar for this quest, and you can only get them in 2 places. The Lumbridge Swamp and the Mort Myers Swamp. Fortunately, that means we've got to come here first. That should be all the requirements. So now we get to trek all the way down to the Eagle's Peak area, which, if you're not familiar, is very, very far away. Oh, actually, it looks like we were supposed to start in the Ardoon Zoo. I forgot. So yeah, we got to get all the way to Ardy. I think there's a charter ship in Port Sarim that will take us there, so we're just going to go try that and see what happens. All right, charter. I believe we can take this to Ardoon. Ardoin, however you want to say it. Port Khazard is close enough. That'll work. I gotta say, some of the changes they've made to these docks in preparation for the sailing skill, that makes me think maybe I should have taken the time to mess around with it a little bit on the sailing beta worlds, because I have no idea how sailing works or anything about it. I was kind of wanting to go into it blind, but in retrospect, that might be a mistake. Hello, Magpie Impling. I'm not sure why you're highlighted. You're not supposed to be highlighted on this account, on this profile, but nonetheless. Charlie, my man, what do you need from us? Charlie here is in dire need of help obtaining a ferret for the Ardy Zoo. They had one delivered recently, but apparently this ferret was a bit too smart for Charlie, as it managed to escape before being placed in the enclosure. He explains to us that there is a hunter by the name of Nicholas that the zoo has contracted to find a replacement, but they haven't heard from him in a while. He was last seen up north by the mountains to the west of the Gnome Stronghold and suggests we start our search there. Well, would you look at that? I was just thinking earlier that it's been forever since I've had any random events that would actually give me anything good. Now, we're probably not going to get anything out of this one because I haven't had it enough, but eventually, once we get all the outfit pieces for this, we will get guaranteed magic lamps. So that'll be pretty sweet. What did we get? Oh, we did get a magic lamp. We might actually have all the pieces of that one. That would be pretty nice. I think this might actually get us a level this time around. Yeah, look at that. Level 15 Slayer, baby. We can kill Banshees, but we will never do that. That's pretty sweet. And we get 150 XP per lamp now instead of 140. We finally arrived at Nicholas's camp in the mountains to the north, only to find Nicholas was not here. Searched the camp, found his journal, and inside it we found a small metal feather. Upon climbing the mountain, we found a blocked cave entrance with an indentation on the rock that perfectly matched the shape and size of the metal feather that we found in Nicholas's journal. So naturally, we inserted it, and of course the door opened, and we'd made our way inside the cave. Inside the cave, we find Nicholas hanging out with a giant eagle in its nest. He says he's trapped and has come up with a plan to get out, but he needs an eagle costume to make it work. He tells us that there's a man in Varrock at the fancy clothes store who should be able to make us costumes if we can bring him the right materials. So I grabbed a handful of feathers from the cave, made my way to Varrock. Hey look, ferrets. Can I just have one of those guys? Just grab him. We don't need to rescue this guy. He'll be fine. He seems like a resourceful man. I'm sure he'd find a way out of this situation, and he would never remember that we were involved. We never told him our name, so I say we just grab a ferret and not come back. Now you look like someone who goes to a lot of fancy dress parties. Sir, I'm literally wearing my farming clothes, and I probably smell like manure and sweat. Do not patronize me while I'm holding an axe. One bizarre conversation later, the owner of the fancy clothes store tells us that he can in fact make us the costumes we need if we can bring him the right materials. In this case, we'll need 10 eagle feathers, a bottle of yellow dye, and 1 lump of swamp tar. I'll see what I can do, and as it happens, my good sir, don't ask too many questions about this. I already have all those things. I'm about to get eaten by a giant eagle, aren't I? Extremely convincing eagle costumes in hand, we return to the cave with Nicholas, only to find that he's actually trapped behind a locked door, the lock for which is opened by 3 metal feathers, similar to the one that got us into the cave to begin with. But in order to get those feathers, we have to complete 3 small tasks. First, we had to turn a few cranks to release a rope and lower a net that contained the pedestal holding the first feather. The second feather was stolen by some sort of creature, so we had to use our keen hunter abilities to track it down. Hey look, a kibbit. I wonder if this counts as my, Oh, can you just threaten him? Oh, you can. Oh, I don't have to kill him. Nice. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Oh, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. He scurries away. That was mean. I should have just killed him. I probably would have felt better about myself. The third and final puzzle, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what the hell is going on with this one. We picked up some birdseed, put it on some pedestals. Some statues moved and it unblocked a path. I don't know, man. This is weird. As you insert the metallic feather into the final indentation, you hear a low grinding as if stone blocks were moving against one another. Yep, and we can open the door. Wow. Marvelous. What ingenuity these eagles have. And I like this walk past eagle click option. That's really funny. Don't mind me. I am also an eagle fellow bird. I see my beak. After meeting up with Nicholas and convincing him that we are not, in fact, a hatchling who's going to attempt to eat him, we present him with his costume, and he agrees to meet us back at his camp. I know I look nothing like you, but thanks for being cool. I have a feeling that you weren't actually trapping him here, and that this guy's just an absolute lunatic. But thank you for being cool, and I hope you have a good life. I got rid of the kebbit for you. I hope that wasn't your friend, because he is gonna need some therapy after what I said to him. But hey, at least I didn't kill him, right? Having somehow gotten out of the cave before we did, we met up with Charlie, and he agreed to show us how to catch a ferret rather than just giving us one as he promised. He shows us how to use a box trap, and we catch our very own ferret. It's time to head back to the Artie Zoo. I can high-alk the ferret? He's only worth $24, so I think you're safe, bud, but just remember, if you bite me, I'm gonna high-alk you so fast. I don't even have the magic level for that. You're gonna sit in my bank until I have the level to high-alk something at 55 magic. At the rate this account is progressing, that won't be until 2030, so you better bide your time, boy. Alright, I got a ferret for your shitty little zoo. You better appreciate this. This was a lot of running around. That magpie impling is still here. How has no one caught that, and how is it not despawned? That is crazy. Now, have you had any luck finding a clue as to Nicholas's whereabouts? I have, actually. He's dead in a cave. No, I'm just kidding. He had been abducted by giant eagles, but I managed to rescue him. Now he's gotten back to his hunting. Giant eagles? What a strange notion. Well, regardless, if you found him, can you tell him to hurry up with that ferret? Even better, I have it right here for you. You do? Oh, wonderful. Never doubted you for a second. That'll make an excellent addition to the zoo. Yes. A single ferret in this Zoo will make an excellent addition, I suppose. Anyway, quest complete. 2 quest points, 2,500 Hunter XP, Eagle transport access, which we will never get to use, and the ability to use box traps. That is honestly going to be really important because training Hunter without box traps does not sound fun, and I don't want to do that past 46. So cool, 47 Hunter. With a lot more of the basic quests getting wrapped up, we're quickly running out of low-level goals in the region. There's still plenty to do, however. I still need to get my prayer up for protection prayers, still need a lot of Slayer XP, and I have a lot of grinding to do for combat stats. Not to mention we still need to upgrade our gear, because let's face it, Adamant is not going to cut it for long. I started looking into a list of my options for best in slot armor and weapons, and I think we have a few upgrades we can make fairly easily. The most obvious of which is upgrading the Addy Skimmy to a Rune Skim. This can be pretty easily done via Fire Giants. With a drop rate of about 1 in 120, shouldn't take too long, and they can be easily safe spotted in the catacombs. What worries me more are the other gear slots, like gloves, boots, and capes. I did some digging, and unfortunately our cape options are about as limited as it gets. We can't get a fire cape for melee, and we won't have access to Ava's device for range or god capes for magic. Unless I'm missing something that was added fairly recently, it looks like our only real option is going to be the basic capes you can buy from stores, which we already have. As for gloves and boots, those are probably just as limited. Without the recipe for Disaster Quest, our best gloves from a defensive standpoint are going to be the Slayer gloves, but I can't even wear those until 42 Slayer. That'll be a nice little sub-goal for the Slayer skill, but it's going to take quite a while. Boots are just as limited. Unless I want to train Slayer up to 50 plus, I won't be able to get items like Myth Boots. I can get black boots from Bloodvelds, but those honestly aren't great. It seems like for now, our only real choice is to continue using our leather boots, and that'll just have to do. But what if we had another option, though? Something that could actually give a pretty substantial upgrade for both the boot and glove slots. Maybe even my best in slot for both. Even better, what if it were something that had no requirements to obtain whatsoever?